life on other planets? Do you think there's life on other planets?
Oh, I don't know.
Would you like to think about it for a second?
Oh, not really.
Tell me, do you think there is life on other planets?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but I suppose it would be.
No, he seems definitely. You seem definitely. How do you see this life and where?
Oh, I've seen a flying saucer.
You've seen one?
Yes,
Where was
definitely. At Lane Cove,
When was this?
1953.
You don't think this is a figment of your imagination?
Several other people with me saw it.
You all had the same figment. What did it look like?
It was standing up there still,
Just suspended in space.
with colours coming out.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And on today's episode, I'm going to take you guys for a little bit of a walk around and show you some of the projects that we're busy with. But before we start, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. It's officially 2024, and I hope that 2024 is a year filled with blessings and a lot of good health and long life and all the good things that you guys deserve. If 2023 was a good year, I definitely know that 2024 is going to be an even better year. So before I start, there's a few questions that I normally get in our DMs and on the comment section that I'd like to address with you guys. So the first question that we always get is, what does it cost to build these cars? And I'll be honest with you guys, it's like asking how long is a piece of string. The reason why I say that, it's actually impossible for us to give you guys pricing on certain cars. Number one, because we don't know what car it is. Number two is we haven't physically inspected the car. Number three is we don't know what your perception of a build is versus what our perception of a build is. So I'll give you an example, right? Some clients, when they want to build cars, doing a color change on your car affects your price. Number two is the condition of your car, how much rust it has, how much dents it has. I'll give you an example for a respray. You get the 2K colors. 2K colors are your cheaper color, which is basically what the older cars used to come out with. Then you get the base coat, clear coat, which is a little bit more expensive. Then you get your pearl colors, which is also more expensive, and then you get your candy colors. It also depends on what color your car was before and the type of respray you want. Do you want a blow over? A blow over is where we just mask most of the car up. We do a light flat in preparation and we paint the exterior of the car. Do you want a full strip down respray where we actually strip the car down to a shell? We paint the inside, the boot, the arches, the undercarriage, the engine bay. So all of that affects your pricing. Another thing as well I mentioned earlier is, are you the type of person that wants second-hand parts? Or do you want brand new original parts? Or do you want aftermarket parts? You understand? So it's very difficult for us to actually give pricing when people ask us, how much does this build cost? How much does that build cost? And also, we're not allowed to disclose what our clients pay on their bills. You guys heard of the POPI Act? The POPI Act, we need to adhere to it. This is basically a rundown of the POPI Act, if in case you guys didn't know. So that also we gotta abide by. But if you guys are looking to get a build done, please WhatsApp us or contact us on our shop number, and we're happy to try and assist you with the quotation. Now, before we continue, I want to take you guys through. Let's go have a look at the workshop and let me show you some of the interesting projects that we're busy with. I'm sure you guys seen this car on the channel before. This car belongs to Amish, very good client of mine, very patient, very understanding. This car is most definitely the most intense car we've ever built. Let me show you guys why. We did a Lexus V8 swap in here, so much so we had to shift the chassis and do a lot of fabrication to get the motor to fit. The car is, as it stands, it's about 80% done. Let me tell you guys something. So again, I mentioned I painted this car a few times. Amish came to see me about 2-3 months back, and I kind of convinced him to redo the interior again, because the interior color personally wasn't my first choice, and I felt that it didn't look as nice as what we could do. So Amish, being Amish, listens to me and also takes my advice. So we decided to strip the interior and the boot install again, and we redid the complete interior. So this car is 80% done. We did pick up a challenge when the car was sent for the exhaust and the branches. Once that was done, the steering column is now touching. We got to pull the motor out and refabricate to get the steering column to clear correctly. And that's the thing when you build cars like this and when you do modifications, it's trial and error. We've never done a motor swap like this. We're learning as we go along, and we're obviously trying to apply our knowledge. But again, it's nice to deal with a client such as Amish, who's very patient and understanding, and also gives us time to get the car correct so we can enjoy it. So this car will be featured within the next month on the channel. What's left to do is just to fit basically the interior in. It's got a new windscreen front and back, but the windscreen measurements is out a bit, so we got to take it back to the glass guy so he can shave the windscreen so we can fit the windscreen and the beadings. So I would say about 80% done. I'm looking forward to featuring this car on the channel and actually taking you guys through the extent of work we did. First time we've ever done a mod like this, super excited, and I know this car is going to cause havoc at every show it goes to. Amish, if you're watching, thank you so much for your patience, bro. You're a legend, and thanks for trusting me and also tolerating my crazy ideas. You're a legend of note, bro. Another cool car to look out for is this insane custom 325 IS all the way from Witbank. This car has been a very cool build. It's out of the norm. We're almost done. We're actually 95% done with the car. We've just got to do a few paint touch-ups, tidy up here and there, and we're waiting for the wheels to be fitted on. We built not actually built, but we had a very sick set of wheels custom for this car. I promise you it's gonna look insane, and I appreciate the fact that we built a custom IS, because most of the ISs we work on, it's restoring it to original or OEM plus. This is totally custom, running custom interior, suspension overall, Rockford Fosgate sound, air ride suspension, different motor to what an IS should normally come with, but that's it about this car. It's just different. So this car will be dropping on the channel very soon, so make sure you guys tune in. You guys know we E30 people, but also we do a lot of other cars that I'm also excited to share with you guys. And there's one in particular, it's actually standing next to the IS. Let's go have a look at it. Now, some of you don't know, but I secretly, not actually secretly, but I love American muscle cars. And I love working on them, even though it's very complicated. And when I say complicated, to find parts in South Africa is very difficult. Most of the parts you got to import. And because the rand is not favorable against the dollar, you actually end up spending a lot more on the part and also the shipping charges to get the parts into South Africa. So that poses a challenge. And that is also why the muscle car era is dying, because the cost to restore them are exorbitant and they don't hold a lot of value in today's market. Certain cars do hold value, like your Mustangs, your Dodge Chargers, your Pontiac GTOs, etc., etc. They will hold value, but certain muscle cars don't hold value because they're not so desirable. However, I am super excited to be building this car. This car is almost done. It's a Buick owned by a very passionate gentleman by the name of Gary. What a client of note. Again, patient, understands the process of building a car. So this car, I would say, is also around about 80% done. We've done the paintwork, the interior, We've bagged the car, we've done the sound system, we've gotten the motor to run. There is a few things that I want to add on, like for example, when the car came to us, it came without the fuel tank. We're struggling to find the exact fuel tank for the car, so we're going to have to take one from another car, modify the fuel lines, etc., to get it to work on this car, and a few odds and ends on this car. So I'm quite excited for this build. We're going to be doing a full feature, and also we'll show you the process and all the work we've done. Once again, Gary, thank you so much for your patience and your support. And I can't get over Gary's smile the day he saw his car in December when we fitted the wheels on and when we aired the car out and played the sound. He's super excited, and seeing him so happy makes me happy, and that's what it's about. So looking forward to this project. Let me show you guys another Mercedes-Benz that we're busy with, that we're almost done as well. Okay, now another project that I'm excited about that's nearing completion is Didi's Benz. Yes, it's a female-owned Mercedes-Benz, and when the car came to us, it looked like this, and the instruction was, Chip, please make my car look like Vato and make it flashy. So I stand to be corrected, but I believe this is the first modification that has ever been done on this particular type of Mercedes-Benz. So what I'm talking about is, this car is a W123 Mercedes-Benz, right? And in order for us to get the W123 Mercedes-Benz to look like Vato, we had to get a Mercedes W108 donor car, cut off the front end so we could use the fenders, the bonnet, the valance, etc. And we then modified it and converted it to fit on a W123. I don't know of anyone that's ever attempted this conversion. If you guys know of anyone, please comment with their name or the shop's name down below. But it's such a fun project because this car literally proves to you that anything can be done on the car as long as it's done tasteful. So we've resprayed the car, we've done an interior, and we've done the front end conversion. Right now, as we speak, the fenders, the bonnet, etc. is getting painted. This car should be going in a few days' time, and we will be doing a full feature and showing you guys exactly how we did the conversion. So again, we're not just an E30 shop. We work on a variety of cars. However, bulk of our work is E30s. Like I mentioned before, the bulk percentage of the cars in the shop is E30s. But again, it's refreshing working on cars like this. So I'm super excited to share this journey with you guys. So stay tuned for this. This is going to be a cool episode. Let me take you guys through to another E30 and show you guys. Another car that I'm excited to show you guys is Moosa's IS. This car was a full nut and bolt restoration. Every part that we could buy and change, we changed. The car is done. The car gave me some stress. When I do the feature video, which will be dropping next week, you guys will see some of the issues we picked up with this car. The car is almost done. There's just one issue we're facing, and that is the truss bearing. What we learned along this journey of building cars is certain spares that you buy for an E30 aftermarket doesn't last very long. So we've been buying a good quality aftermarket product. However, it's not really good quality because it doesn't last very long. So what we've decided to do is get an original truss bearing from BMW, which we are waiting for it to come now. And once that comes, we can install it and then polish the car up again, and then the car is good to go. But this is going to be a cool feature. I've also got an interview for Moosa. You guys are going to meet him. He's also a legend of a guy. I promise you, I say that about a lot of my customers. But Moosa is one of those clients / friends that I'm glad that I met, and I had the opportunity to chat to him and pick his brain on business. He's a very nice guy. When you guys see the interview, you'll understand why. So excited to show you guys this car. But before we move on to the next car, I have two surprise visitors, Hope and Tom, and let's catch a quick interview and find out why they love BMW so much. You nervous?
No, not really, but a bit.
Okay, so guys, we're lucky. This is a spur of the moment thing. Tom came through to bring his car to us. Guys, this is Tom, a guy that I met through social media.
Yes.
And we actually met at the SA Beamer Tunnel Run.
Yes, the one.
A few
years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago. I think
2019.
it was. Yeah, 2019.
2019.
So I met Tom at the SA Beamer Run in 2019. And what a guy. I'm not saying it because he's standing here in front of me and he's got a lot of muscles and I'm intimidated. But genuinely, this is one of the coolest people I've ever met. Passionate. He's actually got a very nice E28 that we bagged and we did a respray on.
One of the first in the
Yeah, one of the first in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say one of the first in the country. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how you doing, bro?
Now I'm good, thanks yourself, Chip.
Lekker, man. How was your December?
So very chill.
Was it Decembering?
Yeah, and I at least got to enjoy my car very much. Just
Nice.
went on a couple of drives, a couple
Lekker.
of road trips.
Okay.
So I just brought it back just to do some minor touch-ups.
Okay, 100%. Lekker. What's your favorite part about your car?
I think it's the air suspension, I would say, because most of the time you only get to see cars like that like overseas, especially UK and whatnot.
Yes.
So what inspired me when I got the car was to basically just get an international standard.
Nice.
And then first thing I wanted to do was just bag it,
Yeah.
keep everything else stock standard, but
Yeah.
just bag. And now I'm still shopping for a couple of wheels and then we'll see how it turns out.
Nice, 100%. Can we feature your car on the channel?
No, definitely, go for it.
All right, cool. So after the touch-ups is done, we're going to be featuring Tom's car. So make sure you guys tune in for a future episode. And I am so lucky today because I got Tom in my presence. And I've got another legend by the name of Hope. Hope, guys, this is Hope. Let me take my mic off. Or Tom, can I borrow your mic?
There you go.
You're right. Okay, guys, this is Hope. So Hope is super knowledgeable on E30s. When I'm stuck with E30 knowledge, I phone this brah, and he always corrects me and gives me advice.
But we correct each other.
Yeah, we correct each other, definitely. What cars do you currently own?
Got a 325 IS. I've got a Macau Blue Pillarless, one of 250 in the world. I've got a couple of 4-doors.
Yeah.
All running M20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the classic car range. That's it.
Okay, nice.
That's
And why BMW?
I've tried everything else, man.
Okay.
There's nothing you can beat up like a BMW.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
you can punish a BMW, drive it hard over the weekend, drive it to work, same car. So for me, it's from a driver's perspective. If you know how to drive, it's always going to be a BMW.
Nice. You hear that BMW? It's not only me, and I promise you, I never pay him to say those things. He is a genuine BMW nut, just like Tom. So I want to ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
E30s are possibly the most desirable cars now in South Africa,
Definitely.
especially ISs.
Yeah.
Why do you think the 325 ISs prices are skyrocketing?
Look, I think one of the best investments you can make car-wise,
Yeah.
right? Smartest thing you can do car-wise is to buy any limited edition BMW worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's not really just about, it's not about, say, 325 ISs in South Africa.
Mm.
But if you go 325 ISs, the USA version
Yeah,
goes for a lot.
yeah,
The pillarless, the Motorsport edition that you and I both have,
yes,
that goes for a truckload as well
Yes.
in the UK.
yeah,
If you go to Japan, they've got the 325i Sport,
yeah.
that two-tone with the, I think it's diamond black at the top and it's a bit grayish on the kit.
Actually, I haven't seen
You should check it out.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
We'll
Basically
pop some
an
pictures
IS,
up.
an IS, but with a two-tone color. That goes for a truckload of money. You
Yeah.
go to New Zealand,
Yeah,
their cars go for a truckload of. So it only makes sense that, especially considering that we have low production numbers,
yeah,
right? Lower production numbers than most of
Anywhere
the other
else,
countries. It only makes sense that look, we also get pretty much premium for the cars.
yeah.
Because if you check it out, there's high demand for the cars overseas as well. People want South African
Cars.
325
Yes.
ISs,
Triple
triple
threes.
threes, 323s.
Yes.
So
the 745i.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are gunning for those cars. So it only makes sense that the price gets on par. So look, it's not just about charging $1 million for an IS, right?
Yeah.
What it should do is inspire all of us to get our cars on par to that R1 million mark. Because now you get anybody trying to sell any IS in any condition
For that price,
price.
which is unfair.
it's more of let's all try to get all of our cars on par. Let's try to get all of our cars on that level where, you know, they all are pretty much worth $1 million. You don't. I think in the next 10 years, I don't want to see a bad condition IS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Where do you think the IS price is going to peak? Because
I don't think.
I'll tell you, there's one now on the market for 1.6.
Yeah.
The one that Gordon is selling.
So there's a lot of things that we should factor in because we can't really say where it's going to peak because
Yeah.
our economy is also dwindling a little bit.
Yeah.
So with inflation, with everything, I'd say next 2 years we can put money on it. Next 2 years, IS is going to be sitting at over 2.5.
I agree with you.
Next 2 years.
I agree.
Without fail.
I totally agree with
Yeah.
that statement.
I just see it if anybody wants to fight.
Yeah. We got our muscle here. We
Yeah.
got our protection. And your ultimate BMW
Shucks.
stuff.
It's very hard.
My ultimate is an E30 M3, especially the one I was in the UK.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit subtle, right?
Yeah.
And this changes from like day to day.
Yeah.
One day it's an IS, the next day it's a pillarless. But I'd say ultimate BMW for me would probably be a 320 IS
Okay.
From
I know
Italy?
why. Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
That's for today.
Yeah.
It'll change by tomorrow. But 320 IS from Italy. And not the MTEC 2,
Yeah.
the versions that came out in 4-door trim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diamond black for me, that will be
Black is just something else.
look,
huh?
that would be like another flex because even if somebody's got an M3, pulling up on a 320 IS, it's something else. Yeah, it's something else.
Now you obviously have been restoring and building cars for a very long time.
Yeah.
What advice can you give to people that are watching when it comes to restoring a car?
Look, I'd say
Patience.
patience above everything. Patience. Every fiber of your patience is gonna get tested.
Yep.
When building a car.
Yep.
It's not as simple as ABC. You know, you look at something and you say, okay, to change a kit on an IS, the internet will tell you it'll take you X amount of time. Never happens that way. You know, there's always clips that are gonna break. There's this, there's that, there's that. So ultimately, I'd say, you know, you have to be patient. Number one. Number two, in building your project car should inspire you. So we all have places we want to be, aspirations. Like, look, it's beginning of the year now.
Yeah.
Everybody has set out that they've got certain goals at work, certain goals in school, certain goals in whatever. Your project car should be the driving force that says, this year you need to make X amount of money.
Yeah.
This year you
Yeah.
need to. So let's use our cars as somewhat inspiration for like day-to-day life.
Nice.
You'll find out that
I like that.
building a car is not as hectic as most people think. It's expensive, yes, but you know, it's one of those things.
Yeah. Nice advice from a legend in the game. He's just given you guys hope. That's his name, Hope. He's a hopeful guy. And so what plans can we expect from you in 2024? Am I going to get to see that pillarless? that
Yeah,
IS?
definitely. Look, I'm not allowed to buy any more cars, so I have to wrap up everything. I have to
Okay.
wrap up everything. I'm a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah.
Only car that will make me change my mind is that wagon.
Yeah.
Is that wagon?
The E34 or the
No, the E30.
E30
Definitely
wagon.
E30.
Okay,
E30.
nice, yeah.
E34, that's Tim's stuff. Tim
Yeah.
needs a big car.
obviously the big
Yeah,
guy.
he's a big guy. He needs a big car. But look, definitely the cars are coming out. I think I've spent the past couple of years hoarding my dream wheels, hoarding my dream parts and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Now it's time to let the cars out.
Nice.
It's
I
time
like
to let
it.
the cars out. I actually intend on dailing my IS like for a while.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, driving to point A to point B, you in your dream car, it's a motivation factor.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
just the attention that comes with it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It
And
gets a lot.
you don't look like a guy that likes
Nah.
attention.
I want to
Undercover.
sneak in, sneak out.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, who was that guy?
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's about it, man. The cars are definitely coming out this year, and I think they're definitely going to be clean. So yeah, let's keep a lookout for that.
Nice. Cool. Thank you so much for
All
your
right,
time.
shot, my brother.
Appreciate it. Okay, so a question I gotta ask you:
Uh-huh.
why BMW?
That's a tough question. I even saw how Hope struggled to answer it. But like, I feel like honestly, like he said, there's no car that takes abuse like a BMW.
Yeah.
There's no car that's practical like a BMW.
Nice.
There's no BMW engine that's like easy, like difficult to fix, if I were to say. They're pretty much straightforward, especially like your 70s and 80s period cars.
Yes.
They're pretty much straightforward. Like once you start the car, you can just tell from the idle whether you're going to get to where you're going or not. Yeah. So
I like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because even when I first got my E28, every morning when I would start it, like to let it warm up, I would just listen to it like from outside, and then if I could hear any funny noise, then I would know like, fuck it, I'm not making it to work. I'm not gonna make it to work. And then only then I'll be like, I have to get the car checked out. So for me, that's why BMW, and there's just so much heritage behind the brand in South Africa.
Yeah.
I grew up having a cousin or who's like a brother to me who had a E30 325.
Nice.
And you know, when you were little, like they would just say, no, go with him, go run errands with him. And when you're in that car, seeing him just dice the cars, dice all these cars and all that. So for me, it has just been BMW ever since then. And growing up and meeting fellow BMW fans just strengthened the love for it. And then finally having to own one and get to experience it, just solidified it for me.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it. Great answer, bro. Great answer. Amazing. So it always ties in with that inner little kid. We all grew up idolizing. We never had. Now, when you're older and you're working,
you get to experience
it, and you do it for other little kids
definitely
that are watching. Some of your kids that are watching as well. I'm sure you guys love and have a story about an E30 or any BM or any car for that matter that you wanna own one day when I'm big. Nice.
No, definitely.
What's your ultimate BMW? Dream BMW.
At this point,
It's a tough one, huh?
it is a really well, I would love to have an E30 eventually, but lately I've just had a mad obsession for wagons. So I've had my eyes set out for an E34 wagon. That I think it's going to be my next one before E30. As long as Hope doesn't kill me there, because he keeps saying, dude, you need to get an E30, you need to get an E30. But I have a serious obsession with wagons, so either E34 wagon or E39 wagon.
Nice, good choice.
And especially with a 540 manual gearbox.
Okay.
That would just kill it for
nice,
me.
Nice, good choice, 100%. Now, Leko, what advice do you want to give to anyone watching when it comes to building a car, or any words of wisdom, inspiration for the youngsters?
Well, when it comes to building a car, I think the first driving force should be passion. The money and everything else will come afterwards, because I feel like once you have a passion for something, it will motivate you to like work towards acquiring that thing. You understand? So passion is the initial driving force, and then from then on, once you set yourself like your eyes on a target, work on acquiring that. Once you acquire it, just keep using that like to fuel you to acquire your dreams. You get it?
Nice.
So like for me, what I have now, I have a E28 535 automatic.
Nice.
That's in storage. It's been sitting for a year. So ever since I got it, I've just been trying to work as hard as possible just to try and gather enough funds to work on it. So with every little cent that I get, I just try to like put it aside or get something that I need. So passion is the number one thing. Determination. And then also patience is also a key thing, like Hope mentioned.
Yes.
Because one thing I can tell you, building a project car is not easy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Stressful.
You will cry financially, you will cry emotionally. Like you find yourself at points whereby you just miss even just driving your car or miss seeing your car because it's at the workshop or like it's at the mechanic. So I would say patience is key, but then with everything that comes with building a project car, the most satisfying thing is you just being able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I would say perseverance is also a key thing. So be patient. Even if you get stuck on the side of the road, don't lose hope. Just be like, you know what, this is part of the deal.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I signed up for. It's gonna bail out on me sometimes, but my love for it will just
Keep
like
on growing.
keep on growing.
Nice.
And cherish every little moment that you have. Every chance that you get to drive, even if it's just going to the shop, just drive and then come back. That's all you need.
100%.
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro. Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks a lot, Chief.
It's always a pleasure being in your company.
No, it's always a pleasure being here.
Nice. Lekker, man. Thank you so much.
No, cheers, Chief.
That was very good words of wisdom, guys. You heard it. I promise you there was no rehearsals done. And yeah, let me take you guys through the workshop and show you the rest of the cars. Another Mercedes-Benz, similar to Amisha's. This is a very rare W114 Coupe. I love these cars. I would love to add one of them to my collection. You get the 114 Coupe and you get the 115 Coupe. Very desirable car. The prices are climbing nicely as well. So this particular car has been with us for a while. The reason why it's been with us for a while is because initially we were tasked to do a respray, interior, suspension, brakes, and also rebuild the motor. Now, everything besides rebuilding the motor went smooth. When we stripped the motor and we sent the motor to the engineers, we found that we could not get any spares for this car in South Africa. The problem we sat with is if we had to import the spares, the cost would have been exorbitant. And also there's no guarantee that they will send you the correct spares or not. So it made it very difficult to get spares for this car. Eventually, myself and the client chatted and we decided that it's best to look at alternative arrangements to get the car running again. So we decided to buy another motor and put another motor and a more modern motor. So initially the car had a 2.5 carburetor motor. This is a 250 SE Mercedes-Benz motor, SE meaning it's the fuel injected model. So a lesson for you guys that maybe are doing mechanical and buying second-hand parts. When you buy parts and motors, don't take it for granted that the motor is in good condition as per what the seller says. We bought this motor and the seller guaranteed us that this motor was in a good condition. Yes, the motor is in a good condition, but there's a problem with the fuel injection system. So we've been waiting for a period of a month for the seller to send someone out to come and sort the fuel injection system. So this is a delay on this car. And again, like Hope and Tim mentioned, that you gotta be patient, and stuff like this is unforeseen. When we buy stuff, you're buying it second-hand, you don't get a guarantee, and you're hoping that the seller sorts it out. So hopefully, we've arranged for the seller to come through with someone to sort out the fuel injection system within this week. So hopefully we can get this car done and ready and on its way out. Let me show you guys something else cool. Another project. Okay, let me just say this. I'm excited about all the projects, but another IS, you guys will remember this. It was Jeremy's IS. It was smashed and we managed to fix the whole front end, straighten the car out, etc. Initially, we were just supposed to do the suspension and the bodywork. Jeremy has now opted for us to rebuild the motor. We're busy rebuilding the motor, and I'm excited for this project because where this car was to where this car is now, it's a major difference, and we've been given the opportunity to give another. We've been given another opportunity to give another 3 to 5 IS a long lifespan for the next generations to come. So look out for this video. Hopefully this car will be done round about the end of January, middle of February, and we'll be doing a full feature video, especially some interviews with Jeremy throughout the process of building the car. So I'm quite excited to show you guys this car. Now, we have a lot of cars in the workshop. Unfortunately, I don't have, or if I had to go through each and every car, you guys would be here for a couple of hours. So I thought I'll just share some of the projects that we are busy with. and in future we will showcase a few of the other cars. But to end off, Bling has officially been sold for a record-breaking price. I am not going to disclose the price purely because it's a buyer and seller confidentiality, and also the Poppy Act, you know, we can't reveal figures, etc. But Bling is sold, and I'm sure you're wondering, but how can Bling be sold? Well, Bling, the owner of Bling, or the ex-owner of Bling, decided that he wants to trade up and build to his ultimate dream collection. And he actually sold this car because he's currently looking for a pillarless, and he wants to add a 3 to 5 pillarless into his collection. So again, this game is where you buy something, you fix it, you sell it, and you move on to the next, and you move on to the next, and you move on to the next, and that's how you grow your collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and once again, I wish you all the best for 2024. I'm looking forward to this year. We've got some big plans. Remember South Africa or Africa? We're going to the SEMA show in Las Vegas, so we're going to be starting that build journey very soon. Make sure you guys tune in future episodes for that journey. Looking forward to it. And a massive shout out to all our supporters, our fans. Guys, we've touched over 1 million views for a channel that's just started producing content last year, beginning of the year. Give your guys self a round of applause. You guys deserve it. And we're currently just over 16,000 subscribers. A massive shout out to all you guys for subscribing, following the channel, and our champs that always comment and interact with us. We love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Stay safe. So number one is, what's number one?
Look, it does get a bit